These are the days of miracles and wonder, and nowhere is that more evident than with the advent of social media. I was coerced into joining social media by my profession before I retired, and I went in kicking and screaming. I had the pleasure of being introduced to our speaker today, who's going to tell us why we should be very afraid if we're not on Facebook. I met his grandfather many years ago in the 70s, Saul Gothard, when he was juvenile court judge in Jefferson Parish.
You interviewed me 3 different times.
That's right. So if you know anything about Saul, you know his grandson has the gift of gab. So Ben Gothard is a 23-year-old serial entrepreneur, author, and podcaster. His work has been published on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and the Apple Bookstore. He's been featured in publications by the Huffington Post and LSU. So ladies and gentlemen of the Rotary, put your hands together for the man who's going to turn your social media dreams into reality, Ben Gothard.
I'd like to thank everybody for joining me on this journey today, and Norman, thank you so much, and Tommy, thank you so much for having me. Now everybody, before we get started, I want to make you 2 promises. The first promise today is that I sincerely want to help you turn your dreams into reality. That is my mission, that is my purpose, and that's what I want to do today. The second promise that I'm going to make you today is that I am only going to speak about things in which I have experience. I don't want to talk about things I don't know about. I don't want to talk about things I've read about, only from things that I have experienced myself. Now I'm making you these 2 promises, and the only thing that I ask in return is for a few short minutes, you lend me your ears so we can dive into this together and we can go on a journey of learning and exploration. Now, Facebook, social media. We've all heard it. There are so many buzzwords about it. There are funnels, and there are pixels, and there are ad spend, and how do we do landing pages, and all these things. And everybody is very happy to talk about it, but very few people actually have experience in running successful campaigns. And even fewer are going to share what they do to make it successful. So today, I want to peel back the curtain on what I do in order to run successful campaigns and in order to prove the ROI of my marketing efforts. Now, Facebook is the most sophisticated marketing engine of our time. The reason is because people like you and I, and all of our friends and family, we volunteer information onto the platform. When we go on and make profiles, we're giving Facebook data. When we go like different pages, we give Facebook more information. As we are filling out more information about ourselves and as we're interacting with people, Facebook is taking notice, it is cataloging that data, and it is on the other side of their platform giving it to marketers like myself in order to make the advertising experience very, very effective. Now, Facebook is here. It's been here for a long time. And it's my opinion that it is our obligation as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as thought leaders, as movers and shifters of this community to be on Facebook. It is our obligation because if we are not using Facebook, we're leaving money on the table. And we all have employees. We have people who come to us and we pay their salaries, we pay their mortgages, and we pay for their children to go to school. And so if we aren't taking advantage of every tool that's available to us, and we're leaving money on the table, then we are doing a disservice to them and to our customers who we need to be giving the best and highest quality of service to. Now, it is our obligation to be using Facebook. Not only for that reason I just mentioned, but also because Facebook is a ticking time bomb. By my calculations, we have about 2 years before humongous brands like Coca-Cola, like Macy's, like Dillard's, humongous big brands and big corporations start spending the amount of money on the platform that they should have been spending 4 years ago. So we have an opportunity in the next 2 years at most to go and buy underpriced attention on Facebook. And that is exactly what I want to share with you today. I want to give you a roadmap, give you the tools that you need in order to be successful with Facebook. So if you will allow me, I would like to guide you through my process of exactly how to do Facebook and exactly how to be effective on social media. Now at this point you might be thinking, okay, who is this kid? He's up here, he's 23 years old. Why should we listen to him? Well, I've been building businesses for the past 3.5 years, and my main business is a marketing agency. I do this stuff every single day for my clients and for myself. I've worked with hundreds of different businesses to help them get new clients, reach their audience, and accomplish their goals with social media. In addition to that, I've also published over 10 books that can be found on Amazon, the Apple Bookstore, Barnes & Nobles, and the Google Play Store. And in addition to that, I've started a podcast where I interview successful entrepreneurs like Patrick Bet-David, Pat Flynn, Ryan Stewman, Ivan Meisner, and many more incredible people just like yourselves. And it is through these experiences that I want to share with you exactly what I've learned. So let's jump right in. The first step to being successful with Facebook is mindset. The very first thing that we need to make sure we understand is that Facebook can and will be effective for our businesses if we utilize it. Facebook is not a silver wand, a magic wand, a silver bullet. It is not something that we're going to dip our toes in and start seeing incredible results within the first 2 days. It is not an overnight type of success. But what Facebook is a tool that we can use for our businesses to improve and to escalate what we're already doing. We can set fire to the flame of what we're already doing. We can throw kerosene into that flame to make it explode. And that's what Facebook is. It's a tool. It is not the solution for problems. It is a tool to enhance our success. And if we approach this tool with the mindset that it will absolutely, without a doubt, work for our business, then it can. And we can devote the proper resources and time and efforts into making sure that it does so. You know, as I said, I started my first business. I've been building businesses for about 3.5 years. And I started my first business in December of 2014. I had 2 conversations that would change my life forever. The first was with my roommate, Trey, who called and asked if I would help him sell t-shirts. The second was with my father, who's sitting in the back, and he called and asked if I would help him with his social media. He owns a law practice here in New Orleans. And I told both of them, yes, I'd love to help you out, but don't hire me, hire my company. And they said, what are you talking about? You don't have a company. And I said, I know, but I'm going to figure it out. And it was at that time that I started realizing the power of mindset. And it was from that day when I started to shift my mindset that I started to see advancement in my goals. And I started to see a bigger picture. And I started to find more success that was meaningful to me. And it is that same shift in mindset that I want to make sure that we all have. Because if we go into it skeptical of what Facebook can do for us, if we go into this thinking, it's not going to work, it's a fad, it's going to pass in the next couple of years, then we're not going to be successful. But if we dive in, we can. So that's the first step. The second step is purpose. Now you may be saying, Ben, you told us you were going to help us with Facebook. Why are you talking about these things like mindset and purpose? The reason is, if we understand it at a fundamental level, at a 30,000 foot view, and we understand the strategy behind it, the smaller details will take care of themselves. So let's dive into purpose. Why do we need to be very clear on our purpose when it comes to Facebook advertising? We need to be clear because we need our customers and our prospects to have something that they can resonate with. When we put ourselves out there on social media, on Facebook, what we're doing is we're inviting our customers, our prospects, to come and join us on our journey. We're inviting them to take part with us, to engage with us. And if there's nothing that is going to attract them and that is going to resonate with them, then they have no reason to engage with us. I'm sure we've all been advertised to in the past. We've all been asked for money. And when somebody comes and asks you for money but you don't know why, the answer is typically no. But if somebody came to you with a purpose, with a reason, with something that ignited the fire within your soul, and you could be a part of that, and you could participate in that, and that is something that you really resonated with, that is something that can get you to take action. And therefore, on Facebook, when you give your customers a reason to engage with you, you give them the ability to take action with you. So that is why purpose is so important. It's the driving factor behind why you're on the platform in the first place, why you're putting yourself and your brand out there, and why your customers should work with you. Now I want to give an anecdote of, it's a fictitious anecdote, but to really drive home the point. Let's say, for example, there was a weightlifting competition, and there were 2 contestants in the finals. One was a gentleman who weightlifting was his hobby. He liked going to the gym a couple times a week. He liked to get strong. He liked to eat healthy. He was in this competition to win the prize money at the end. The second contestant had a family member in the hospital who needed an operation, needed medicine, and he couldn't afford it. And the only way that he could pay for that operation, the only way that he could save his family member, was to win this competition. I don't know about you, but I would choose to stand behind the gentleman with the purpose, because I know that he would be spending hours and hours outside of what he needed to in order to be the best, in order to win, in order to see the best results. He had something that was driving him. And that same fire, the same passion, the same purpose that would drive an individual to want to win a competition in order to save their family member, that's the same sort of fire and purpose that we need to ignite in your customers. Because it is that drive that will get them to engage with you and therefore help you accomplish your goals on social media. Now, I found my purpose in a little bit of an untraditional way. As I said, I'm an author and I've published a few books. Well, the first time I started writing, it was cathartic. I started journaling and I started talking about something that I knew, something that was dear to me, which was chasing my dreams. Because that's something that I knew that I was doing every single day. I was chasing my dreams as an entrepreneur. And I knew that I loved it, but I didn't know why. And through writing the book, and the first book that I'm talking about is called CEO at 20, A Little Book for Big Dreams. Through writing that piece, I realized that my purpose was to help people turn their dreams into reality. And I know that that purpose drives me every single day. And if you can instill that in your customers with Facebook, then you will have such a dramatic increase in your results. If you come at it from a perspective of, let me spend money and let me try to ask them for their money, you may find success. But if you attach a purpose to your advertising and you reach out to people and you instill that fire in them, then you will see so much more success in a more sustainable and long-lasting way. And that's why purpose is so important. Now let's move on to the third step in being successful with Facebook advertising. The third step is your mission. Now at this point, you definitely must be saying, all right, Ben, you're talking about mindset, you're talking about purpose, you're talking about mission. We're here to talk about Facebook. But it is these key elements that give you the ability to excel on the platform. Because most people go on and they just throw up an advertisement and ask somebody to buy a product. But what I'm talking about here is touching people's lives and impacting them in a way that is substantial and that will drive them to take action. And so your mission, if your purpose is this big idea here, it's your abstract driving factor, it's your why, your mission is your practical, realistic goal that you're trying to reach. And your mission is your vehicle that you use to accomplish your purpose. So let's relate this to Facebook. When it comes to being on the platform itself, when it comes to getting technical, there are 3 different pieces to a successful Facebook advertising campaign. There's the campaign, where we're choosing our objectives. You can go for video views, app installs, leads, conversions, making sales. You can go for reach. There's so many different things that you can accomplish with Facebook. Your mission tells you what it is that you need to be focusing on. Because if you're not focusing on something with your advertising efforts, then you're going to be spreading your budget too thin. But if you have that mission to guide you to where you know exactly what you're trying to accomplish, and you know how that mission is going to help you fulfill that greater purpose, then that is going to inform you and give you the knowledge that you need to fill in these small details, to really figure out how to work the Facebook platform. Because what Facebook is, what the platform allows you to do, is it allows you to utilize the Facebook algorithm. And it goes out and accomplishes a specific task. And you tell it what task to accomplish by setting different parameters. That's the campaign, the ad set, and the ads. But if you're not clear on your mission of specifically what you're trying to accomplish and your purpose of this greater idea of what you're trying to do, then you're not going to be able to get laser focused in on your Facebook campaign. So we're talking about our mission right now. We're talking about what campaign we're going to run on Facebook. Let's say we want to run a campaign where we're branding our company. We're trying to show our advertisement, our material, our collateral. We're trying to engage people with our purchase on a reach-based campaign where we're showing this ad to as many different people as we can within a certain parameter. How do we know who to target? How do we know how much budget that we need to allocate every single day? How do we know what images we're going to put on the ad? How do we know what copy we're going to put? These are the technical things that most people worry about. And this brings us to our 4th point, which is the plan. And our plan is how we know and how we figure out in the specific details on how we're going to accomplish our mission, which is the vehicle that we're using to fulfill our purpose. And our plan can be created by taking that mission. And let's say our mission is to donate $5 million within 5 years to fund cancer research. Then we know in 4 years we need to have donated $4 million, and in 3 years, $3 million, and in 2 years, 2, and in 1 year, 1. And we can reverse engineer our mission, our big goal, and we can fill in the specifics within our plan. And the specifics are being driven by our mission and our purpose. So now let's take this very specifically to the Facebook platform. When we're working with our different campaigns, that's being driven by our mission. When we're working with our ad sets, where we figure out who do we target? Who's going to see our advertisements? Are we going to show it to people in New Orleans? Are we going to show it to business owners? Are we going to show it to people who have a certain net worth? Because all these things are possible with the Facebook platform. All of these specific details are being informed by our plan. And then when we go into the ad level, we can see exactly what pictures we need to use. We know what videos we need to put on there. We know what messaging we need to have. Because the people we need to reach out to and the messages we need to give them and the pictures we need to show them, those are being informed by our purpose. We've already figured that out. We know who's going to resonate with that. We know what to tell them. We know what to show them in order to help us join our cause. in order to help them join the cause that resonates with them. So if we stop focusing on the specifics, such as which specific call to action can I use to improve my conversion rates, and we start focusing on the big picture of what we're trying to accomplish, then we can absolutely turn our dreams into reality with the Facebook platform. Thank you all very much for your time.